Hello, fiber fans, friends, and followers. My name is Beth, and I'm here to talk to you about all of the yarny things I've gotten into recently. Today, I will be talking about the upcoming events that I'm planning to attend, as well as participate in, I suppose. Not all of it is physically in person, but I will also be talking about some works in progress. No finished objects today, but I do have some new to me. Do you see it? Do you see it? And I also have some yarn that's new to me. But anyhow, before we get into all the nitty-gritty of everything, and I will also be announcing a winner of the most recent Sandy bag. So, before we get into it though, remember to hit that like button. If you would like to comment about anything I have to say, you are free to do so in the comment section below. Any details that you may be looking for on the projects that I talk about will be listed in the detail box below. So, anything you want to know, it should be linked down there. I have websites that I link. I link to my Ravelry project page and everything like that. And if you would please give me a follow on Instagram at PandemicKnittr, I would be truly appreciative. So with that all out of the way, today I'm wearing my Attitude shirt. Very unusual for me to be wearing a t-shirt, but my mom, my daughter, and I are all going to Notre Dame University today. We're leaving for, we're going to stay overnight tonight, and then we'll go to the university tomorrow morning because this is the week of the National Baton Twirling Association's World Open Championships. Is that what we call it? I don't remember, but like nationals. Anyhow, I'm excited to go. We're going to go and watch all of the finals competitions in some of the biggest categories. My daughter and I like to watch the cores, which is the larger groups. It's 12 people or more. Baton twirling is the thing that I grew up with. It was my activity that I participated in. I competed for many years. My daughter also grew up in that world. I coached her for part of that time. Actually, for all of the time I coached her, but she also had other coaches. So I'm excited about that, and that's why I'm wearing the t-shirt today. My daughter's probably going to be like, oh God, Mom, you wore that. But we're not really we're not going to any events today. Today is just the driving day. So that's the exciting in my future event that I'm going to. The other two events that I want to talk about are Shark Week is coming up. So that I have work in progress, but not really because it's just swatching. So I'll be talking about that. If any of you are interested in what the Shark Week activity is, Politically Incorrect Knitters runs this knit along, make along, I should say, because you can do other things. It's not just knitting. I am planning to crochet something, so we'll see how that goes. So check out Politically Incorrect Knitters on Instagram, YouTube, all the places if you're interested in details on that. The other thing, the event that I'm planning on going to is the Makers Meetup, which happens in Hoffman Estates. That's coming up not this weekend, but the following weekend, the 25th, 26th-ish. So I will likely be finishing up my Shark Week project while I am at that event. So should be interesting. We'll see. I'm concerned that the shark may get me just because I'm busy gabbing away and messing up the project I'm working on. But fingers crossed that I can get a good head start on it, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Oh, and if you are interested in more information on Makers Meetup, Hoffman Estates, Illinois, I have linked in the description below to Ravelry, where there is a discussion group about it, and it gives all the details of where it is, when it is, what we're doing, all that good stuff. So works in progress. I'm going to start with Moonint. That is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. I, again, have made some progress, but nothing to write home about. So I know on my last episode, I mentioned that I thought I would want more length on the body. I kind of held it up to myself. I'll do that again so that you can see. So this is where it sits on my body as is. And so I have added, you're supposed to do 4 repeats. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is where I think I was almost to the top of this last repeat. You see this lighter colored section here. This is actually green. It's kind of hard to tell there, but yeah, now you see the greenishness, I hope. I do anyway. Very pale green. It's called Tidewater. But I was just about to the top of this last time, so I really haven't done a whole lot of progress on this, because I've been mostly working on my other things. So, and now I have removed some stitches from the needles. So I'm going to pause, put them back on, and continue recording from there. Okay, all fixed up. Now, the next project I have made some progress on is my Flutterbutt shirt. This is a knit along that Knitty, McPurly, and Arkansas Yarn Company were doing. And the deadline for that has well passed. But I'm still going because I have not finished it yet. So I am on to the peplum bottom of this. I have left it, last time I talked about this project, I had finished the neckline and was deciding whether or not I wanted to leave it as is or do something different with it. And for the time being, I'm leaving it as is, and I'm going around on the bottom, and this is just, in order to make the peplum bottom, you pick up stitches from the cast on edge, and then you increase the stitches in order to make it sort of a skirty looking cuteness. So, haven't gotten very far on that because I have mostly been focusing on another project. So again, that's Flutterbutt Shirt by Jessie Made Designs, and it is in Knitty McPurly slub yarn, and that she has still listed on her website as the Flutter knit along or something like that. Flutterbutt knit along. I don't remember exactly how she lists it, but if you look up Flutter, it probably will find it for you. So that's that. My primary project that I have been working on is the one that is the knit along for the Meters makeup. The Makers Meetup. Whoo! I've been telling my husband that I smell a smell in the house that I feel like is wrong. There's something wrong. So we turned off the air conditioner, and I hope it's not like making me woozy, or maybe this is just me and my natural self and I can't say things right. So, anyhow, this is the Silven Tea by Aneta Bleyer. She goes by knitting.adventures on Instagram if you're interested in following her. But this is her latest t-shirt pattern, or at least the latest I've seen anyway. And it's really coming along, you guys. So for the Makers Meetup, one of the knit-alongs that people are doing is teal. So it's just knit something in teal. And so I have started this. I had this going on my last episode, and all I had was this back panel. And I had started, I think I had done the short rows that were on the back here too. But I'm liking how this is coming out. I will say I had a bit of a hiccup doing this center part right here, because this is the dumbest thing, you guys. I'm going along and I'm reading the directions and I'm like, this doesn't seem right. It's telling me that I need to go to row 5 of the chart to do this at the center. And I'm thinking, that's gotta be wrong. I know it's been test knit. I know, I've seen the projects on Ravelry. I'm looking for notes for my size. I'm going through the pattern. I'm going back and forth. I'm going from one page to the next and going, I don't get this. Why is it saying that I should start at row 5 of this chart? That doesn't make any sense for where I am. So I did what I thought would work in order to start at row 5 of the chart where she said to do that. So I added some extra, and you're not going to see that on here anymore because since then I have pulled it out and redid it the way the pattern is supposed to be. Anyhow, so these, let me hold this up a little better. So I'm not sure how well you can see this, but these lines come together to become this center cable, and it all meets just seamlessly. And the way I was reading the pattern, I thought that right here I was supposed to start with row 5 of the next chart, which to me wouldn't make sense. You would start with row 1 of any new chart. So at first what I had done in order to fix the problem that I perceived is, well, my first thing was trust the pattern. So I did it as I thought it was supposed to be. And it looked super sloppy. It was awful. I was like, that's not how this is supposed to be. That's not how any of the projects I'm seeing on Ravelry look. This is wrong. So then I pulled back on both sides and added some extra cabling toward the center of the V. And then all of a sudden I realized, as I was going through the pattern and, flipping back and forth between pages, I had switched some pages around. So for whatever reason, I'm reading page 9 of the pattern, and then I'm reading page 11 and skipping 10. I think that's what it was. It doesn't really matter, but you get the idea. And I thought that page 10 came after what page 11 said until I noticed the page numbers. And I was like, oh my gosh, I mixed up these pages. And that's why I'm having this big problem. So I pulled all of that out again and reknit to get it how the pattern is actually supposed to be and how it is properly written. So I probably would be finished with the bottom by now if I had not made that silly mistake. And it's so frustrating because I know it's just me just not reading the right part at the right time and mixing up the pages however I happen to do that. But it is what it is. I am where I am, and I'm now at the point. So in this center cable, this big cross, you do it 3 times. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So the rest of this center cable is just going to be knits and purls from here on out until I get to the bottom. So I don't have to worry about any more cabling. There will be knits and purls to pay attention to, but I feel like that's pretty simple to just go with. And then I've got to do some short sleeves on this, and that should be pretty simple to finish. So my plan for this, oh, and it is finished with an I-cord edge, so that should take a little extra time. We shall see. So I'm leaving this afternoon, and I don't know if I'll have time to edit and upload today before heading out of town. So this may not be published until Saturday. So we'll see. And then my idea is to finish this up before it is time to cast on for Shark Week. I'm hoping I can get that done because I would like to be able to wear this at the meetup. So we'll see. I've got to cake up my last skein of yarn in order to be sure that I have enough for finishing the bottom of the shirt. I feel like that's plenty. Don't you? With all of this, I may not need all of my yarn, but yeah, I still have quite a bit to go. If you look at where I'm at on this, it is just down to my waist. So, I don't know. Maybe this will be enough. It should be. That should be enough to finish the bottom. So I don't, and plus, I don't know if I'll have enough time sitting in the arena watching the cores and everything to finish up all of that knitting, because I do want to see the cores. So I'm not going to be constantly looking down at my knitting while I'm sitting in the arena. I do anticipate there will be plenty of time that I can look down, and the lights will be up most of the time. There's something called the Big Show that happens at the end of the day. That starts at like 7 o'clock. So I will be there probably from 8 in the morning until well past 7 p.m. Mostly because I think my mom wants to see all that stuff. So I could take it or leave it. I definitely will get to a point in the day that I'm like, I've had enough twirling. I want to go home. My mom, on the other hand, I don't think she gets to that point ever. I don't think enough twirling is a concept in her brain. So anyway, that's why I was a baton twirler growing up. Not because I loved it so much, but because my mother did. So, all right. Next, I want to talk about my Shark Week project. So, I did say, I'm trying to remember if I said everything I needed to about the Silven top that I'm doing. It is being knit out of Picks Woolen Cotton in the colorway like denim or something. Oh, overalls, which to me, it looks nothing like that. It's very teal. So I don't know why they chose that name, but they did. And that's that. Okay. So my Shark Week pattern. Oh my gosh. I have all my hooks in this bag. So this is my Shark Week bag. I got this from Susan of Delightful Works. If you're interested in Susan's bags, see her on Etsy. She can be hard to find because the Delightful Works has a number in it. And I don't remember what the number is. I think like 3113 or something like that. And it is, I believe it's a biblical reference of some kind. So anyway, Susan, hi, if you're watching. Love your bags. Love them. So this is my swatch so far. This is being done in Lion Brand Mandala string, and it is, I want to say it's a cotton blend, but anyway, this is I bought this as a kit from Lion Brand Yarns, and it is the Country Sunset Top by Life and Yarn. And if you go to the Lion Brand website, I believe they still have this as a kit that you can buy. So I'm swatching. I decided to see how hard this was. And it is way, way harder than I expected. Oh, you guys. Get ready for me to frog. Okay, so here is the motif that I am crocheting. And it's such a cool thing, but you really have to pay close attention to where you're at, because in order to make this motif line up the way it's supposed to, I want to hold something behind it that helps it stand out better. So you can see, like here, this and this are the same stitch, and they need to line up like that. And then, like, I don't have enough of this done for you to really get the full gist of it, I feel like. But so there's an alternating thing happening where the longest stitches need to meet up with the shortest stitches on the alternating sides. So you're going to alternate between meeting the longest stitches up with the shortest stitches and then the longest stitches up with the longest stitches. And so that is what is keeping me super focused on this. And it like this swatch, this was my second swatch. Because I messed up the first one so badly. And so I'm still like at the point where like I'm figuring out the motif as opposed to figuring out my gauge. So it's like step 2 will be make sure I'm getting gauge, because this is a top that I would like to fit on my body properly. So I've measured this. I measured my first one. I did it in a much smaller needle. The recommended hook, not needle. I did it in the recommended hook size, and I felt like it was way too small. And then I did it in a much bigger hook size, and that's what I have now. And I think this is closer, but I think I need to go down a hook size. And I need to use the hook that I used that I'm still in the process of using, you could say, for my work in progress. If you've seen my work in progress episode, it was maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, where I go over everything I have in progress. It's that purple jacket, that crocheted jacket, the squared up jacket. And I think I may need that hook to finish this in the right gauge. We will see. This is a fingering weight yarn, so I hadn't really thought too much about that. But if you want to see someone lose and get caught by the shark, keep watching, guys. This should be fun. Watch me rip. And I will do that. I will record it. if I do get to that point, I will record myself ripping it all out. I think I said that last year and then backed out of it, but I'm not going to do that this time. I am definitely 100% rip it out if I gotta, because I see this as a possibility of not looking good at all. So, you know, if it takes me a week, and I mean, it's a week. I don't know why I was such a baby about it last year. I need to toughen up. All right. Let me go to my drawing for the Sandy bag giveaway. Time for the big drawing. This week's giveaway is this lovely bag made by the fabulous Sandy, and she always has a nice deep pocket. That's where I usually put the thank you card when I mail it to you, so check in there if you're wondering what's coming and why you received this bag in the mail. And there's a generous pocket inside as well as a zipped pocket that goes with it. It has a lovely vinyl bottom, and this is the last one I have of the group of bags that I was given by Sandy at the last meetup last year. So next week I will be going to the meetup, and Sandy has more of these for me, and I am so ecstatic to get them so that I can disperse them to you fine people on the internet who like to watch and comment and earn prizes. So last week's prompt was about having a green thumb, because I managed to plant that was, I shouldn't use that word. I managed to unalive my poinsettia that was sitting right here, and now I just have a vase of yarn that is, it will always live, whether it's in that vase or in a project. So I have all the names in a hat, and the way I like to do this is I shake the hat until one pops out and one just fell on the floor. So the person who will win that lovely red bag is, I guess it's mostly black, not red. Black and red. Sandy. Sandy, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. McKeown? I don't know. I know that I know you from the meetups. So, Sandy, let me know if you are going to be at the meetup, and I will bring it there for you, because I can probably do that faster than I can mail it. Any of those who have won these from me before, I'm sure can attest to that, because I'm always a couple weeks behind, if not a full month. And I apologize for that. I have to say, if I had a business where I was making money off of this, I would probably be much more prompt with mailing things out, because I feel like that's bad customer service if you're gonna take that long. Anyhow, enough of my little soapbox about customer service. Back to me and the knitting content. Congratulations, Sandy. And this, by the way, for those watching who don't know, this is not the Sandy who makes the bags. This is a different Sandy. So hopefully we'll see each other at the meetup, and I can just bring it to you, and that will be much simpler for both of us. Well, no, it's probably simpler for you to receive it in the mail, isn't it? It's just simpler for me. Okay, new to me. Should I talk about this first, or should I talk about my yarn? I'm going to talk about my yarn. Keep you guys waiting on the wheel. Okay, this is a kit that I got from Yarn Love. I saw this on Instagram, and she has been running ads on Instagram for this. And I actually recently looked at it again when I was getting ready to put show notes together for this. She has this at an even better price now. This is 150 grams of yarn. And she is selling it, I think, for $28. And I believe the pattern is included. I'll pop a picture of that up here somewhere so that you guys can see. It's a super cute, it's called? Let me look. Stars and Socks Forever sock kit. And I'm pretty sure that the pattern is still included in that price, which 150 grams plus a pattern, even with the shipping, totally worth it, you guys. Super cute sock set. I feel like maybe I should switch what I'm doing for Shark Week and do some Stars and Socks Forever. Is there a musical, Stars and Stripes Forever? That's a song, isn't it? Isn't there? There's got to be some musical that's in, right? The theme for Shark Week this year is musicals. What is it? I probably can find their logo for Shark Week and put that on the screen. It's the Shark of Music. I love it. So super cute sock set. This would be great for 4th of July for next year. Or, I mean, who's wearing socks? Who's wearing tall socks on the 4th of July? You can wear these anytime. If you're an American, actually, you don't have to be American to wear those. Anyhow, back to the elephant in the room. So this is a spinning wheel that is not fully functional. And so this came into my life because I am taking a spinning class at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool coming up in September. And so I had been talking about this at Knit Night, and one of the newer members in our knit group had said that she saw on Facebook that a neighbor of hers at her summer home in Michigan was looking to sell a wheel, and he had it listed for $50. And I saw it and I looked at it, and I know absolutely nothing about spinning wheels, nothing at all. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know if I can get it to work again. I don't know what it takes to get it to work again. So to spend money on something, and $50 isn't a whole lot, but it's like I'd rather have the $50 than to spend it on something that is going to take me $1,000 to make it work, when I could get a brand new wheel for something close to that. So this is me thinking I have no idea what it takes. So a week or two after that, she tells me the guy is now giving it away. He's decided he can't sell this. He's just going to give it away. He asked if you want it. And I was like, well, if it's free, why not? So for the price of bringing this home myself, I have a new spinning wheel. Now, it is not functional. It has no band. I don't know what you call the things. There's like a thing that comes around here. And then I'll bring it a little closer. You can see the wobbling thing there. That attaches to the pedal on the bottom, which is this piece that's just hanging off. So that just needs a piece to attach it, I believe, in order to make the wheel spin. And then you can see here, my bobbin, and I think that's called a heddle. I'm learning as I go. While I was at Knit Night, I dropped the bobbin because I did not realize that these were two separate parts. So I picked it up like this and it went zoom onto the floor. So the people I've been talking to have been telling me you're going to need new bobbins anyway, because I mean, one bobbin to make yarn is not enough to make a lot of, I mean, you probably could make a smaller project from a bobbin of yarn, but most people who spin, I think from what I've seen on YouTube videos, they make multiple bobbins and then ply them together and whatever you're supposed to do with making yarn. So hopefully I can get new bobbins and figure out how to make this do whatever it does and make that do whatever it does. And I will be a spinning whiz. We shall see. I don't expect to be a spinning whiz. I have so much going on in knitting as it is, so branching out into spinning may be just my secondary thing, and gardening may fall to the wayside altogether. So we'll see. I'm excited about that. I was thinking that I probably will bring it to Wisconsin Sheep and Wool with me so that the spinning instructor can see it and give me some advice with it. When I took it into Knit Night, one of the people there gave me information for a person who is, from what I mapped on my phone, it looks like he's about 40 minutes away from me. So that's not bad at all. So he repairs wheels and gets them into working condition. And it's my understanding he's got the wheel of another person who comes to our Knit Night who is having hers put back together into working order as well. So I'm lucky that I have local people to help with that kind of thing. So that's my new wheel. I don't know. I mean, we could not find any brand information on it. We looked underneath the pedal on the bottom, underneath the big wood thing. There is no information on it. So who knows? Did somebody hand make this? And I mean, that's amazing to me that somebody could have done that on their own in their home. I don't know. So if anybody out there knows anything about this lovely thing, please comment below. Tell me what you know. Maybe you recognize something about it that would lead me in the right direction. Like, does it look like an Ashford? Does it look like, do they all look the same? I don't even know that. If there are different types of spinning wheels, I don't know. So yeah, I'm a complete noob in that area. So I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. If you are going to be in the area, please come say hello to me at the meetup. I do entirely expect to make another video toward the end of Shark Week before heading out to the meetup, because I'm anticipating that I'll have some progress that I want to show. Maybe not. Maybe I won't record until I get home from the meetup so that I have like all of the meetup to talk about as well. And If you just have something to say about anything that I have talked about today, feel free to comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, survive, and thrive, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.